Are you wondering how the Walworth County real estate market is doing this winter? I get asked that all the time. In a nutshell, low inventory, strong demand, steady prices, and frigid weather. Well, what does that mean to you if you're thinking about buying or selling this year? So let's break down what the market is actually doing and what that means for you. Months of inventory. This tells us if we're in a seller's market, a buyer's market, or a balanced market. Right here in Walworth County, we're at 2.57 months, and at Lake Geneva, 2.54. So yes, we're back in a seller's market, but there's fewer listings. It's winter. There's fewer buyers. People don't want to move right now, understandably. That's naturally going to tighten inventory and push this months of inventory down. Totally normal. Sellers, we're coming into the best season to sell if your property is priced and positioned properly. Buyers, if you see a good home coming on the market in this weather, that's a serious seller. Don't wait. You'll see in a few slides that demand is really strong and they're going to snatch that property up from right under your nose. And buyers, if you're looking around and you're thinking, none of these homes that are available fit my lifestyle and budget, don't assume that the market is the limit. There are new construction pathways opening up locally and quietly that are changing what affordability and custom actually looks like. If you're interested in having that conversation, reach out. Let's talk quickly about rates. Mortgages are no longer going to be what's killing the deal or keeping buyers out of the market. It's really going to be about positioning and negotiating the price and the condition. Housing Wire has been optimistically forecasting that rates are going to be between mid-5s and mid-6s, and buyers have been getting ready. Looking at this graph, this shows mortgage applications. It's up now 18% year over year. It did drop about 9%, but Winter Storm Fern snowed in most of the country, which tends to dampen real estate activity. By the way, I know there's been some drama in the news about the Federal Reserve and the Fed fund rate, but as you can see from this graph, mortgage rates shown in red don't follow the Fed fund rate shown in blue. Here's a quick story and tip to illustrate why this is meaningful. I was at home inspection with my buyer and we're coming up on her financing contingency deadline soon. So I asked her, hey, did you lock in your rates yet? And she said, no, my lender is waiting for the Federal Reserve to see what they do with the Fed fund rate. And I stopped and I looked at her and I said, why? Mortgage rates don't follow the Fed fund rate. They follow the 10-year Treasury notes. By waiting on something that doesn't actually affect mortgage rates, she actually ended up locking in a 6.3 interest rate instead of a 6.1 if she had acted the week prior. Not because the market turned, not because she did something wrong, but because her lender waited for the wrong signal. So here's a tip. Get pre-approved now. And if you're worried about locking in a rate that might go down later, ask your lender about rate negotiating options or a float down option. If you're still watching, here's where the data gets interesting. So median prices dropped. Last month, median prices dropped to about $405,000 in Walworth County. In Lake Geneva, $350,000. So before anyone panics or gets excited, let's pause. Lake Geneva only had 3 sales and they were between $250,000 and $350,000. So the data is skewed. It's a sample size issue. It's not a trend. So value didn't drop at all. High-end inventory just didn't do any transacting. All right, days on market. How many days on average are homes sitting on the market until it's under contract, which tells us how strong demand is. In Walworth County, 48 days on market. In Lake Geneva, 32. The average range in Walworth County is between 40 to 70 days on market. Lake Geneva, between 20 to 70. So what does this mean? In Walworth County, we're doing really good. The right homes are still moving very quickly, even in sub-zero temperatures. This is actually a really good leading indicator for the spring market. So right now, it's looking to be really strong. Buyers, if you're not pre-approved yet, you're going to want to do that now. Your competition, they already have. Sellers, if you're going to list your home, now's a great time to start looking for a good realtor like us, so we can help you get your ducks in a row. April is typically the best selling month of the year. Why? Because buyers, they want to get in before the summer season starts, and you don't want to miss out. The sold to list price ratio. This tells us on average where the final sold price was relative to the asking price. In Walworth County, 94.8. Lake Geneva, 96.2. Homes are selling within 4 to 5% under asking price. In January, this is excellent. So what that means, buyers, there's room to negotiate. Not to insult though. For the affluent lakefront and second home buyers, here's the quiet truth. This graph shows that about a quarter of the inventory is above $1 million. So there's plenty of inventory, but not enough compelling inventory. Luxury buyers, they want turnkey conditions, clear value, lifestyle, not projects. So sellers, champagne prices demand champagne conditions, especially in the winter timeframe. Final takeaway, this isn't a weak market. It's selective, it's strong, it's sub-zero hardy, and so are we. Except in the wind show. We don't do wind show. So sellers, if you're looking for a price valuation that isn't automated, generic, or algorithmic, reach out to us. And buyers, will help you find the right home for sale and safeguard you throughout the entire process. Make your next move legendary. A good fudge. Fudge. Yeah.